Yes.
What? Is Ron having audio issues? I think
Ron, we can't hear you.
Is he having
Ron the
technological
techie's having audio issues. That's funny.
Wow. Can he
And
not
he just wants to be silent today.
Hey, let me come over there and help you, Ron.
He has an oil for that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Hi, Sunita. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you going to try to come to convention?
I'm still trying.
Well, that's good.
I'm still trying. There's going to be a miracle I'm going to have to perform, but I'm still trying.
You know what? doTERRA creates a lot of miracles, so.
I know.
Going here is like, it's pretty awesome. Like, especially this year, of any year to come, because it's their 10-year anniversary. They're going to freaking knock our socks off. I know it. So they just can't not. I mean, every year they do. Like last year was so amazing. Like with the oils that they brought in, like I cannot believe rose and jasmine and neroli. Like that was like, I don't know how you can really up that one. Like honestly, you can't really up that too much. But hopefully this year they will be. But like I said before, they have an amazing speaker coming that everybody's just like ranting and raving about. We don't know who it is, but it's just this big deal that's coming our way. So I'm excited for that. I wanted to ask you guys just some more of your wins this week. If you have anything you want to share, if not, then I'll get right into the call. And then I'm going to ask you some questions because basically today is going to be about how to prepare yourself for convention and like just getting the best out of convention possible. So I want you guys to have some pens and pencils with you and a piece of paper because I want you to write down some things. And I'm going to ask you to put down some goals that you have later. But is there anything anybody wants to share before we move on? Candace shared that she had a booth and it was successful and she's excited. She wants to do it every week. And so
yeah, I want to just celebrate that for Candace and that, you know, she just took the bull by the horns and went out there and did it. And I think that's a tremendous victory for her. And she just has, you know, it just shows the kind of person she is. Plus, I think I noticed she had the word Roberts on her Facebook page. What's that all about, Candace?
That was my maiden name.
Well, that happens to be my middle name. So that's
hey, we're related, really.
Yeah, that's a family name. So we'll have to check it out. But anyway, I just wanted to celebrate Candace and salute her for what she did. I think that's great.
Thank you, Gary.
That's awesome. Anybody else?
Well, I think I found the problem.
Oh.
He speaks.
My optical input got pulled off the back of my computer, so there it is.
Oh, I was going to tell you that, the optical input. I knew
No, what you have to, no. What he has to tell, what we have to tell him is to quit letting Lizzie dance on his wires.
No, what it was is I put in a new parallel cable for my computer and pulling the old cable out, I must have yanked the optical audio connection off, so.
That's easy to do.
Yep, real easy. But anyway, it seems to be working now, so that's good.
Good. Anything that you want to share with us, Ron? Any wins?
Well, it's been a good week. We have, I think, 80, I don't know, almost 90 people coming, so that's cool. And a bunch of
91.
A bunch of new people.
Yay.
Including Sunita's going to be coming, right?
Oh, she's coming.
Yeah. This will be like, I mean, oh
okay.
My God.
Hey, can I talk about my little win?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
We're in the middle of a medical software change, and the gal that's training me is so stressed out because, you know, it's too many projects and too few people. So I just was nonchalantly mentioning, do you use lavender? And she goes, what? I said, oh, I need to send you some lavender. And she goes, yeah. So I'm sending her 3 small little bottles of oil to get her started. And then I told her we're coming into her backyard for convention. So we may have to drag her into a meeting because she lives in Salt Lake City.
What?
Yeah.
Get her there before we even sign her up. Let's
Well,
get her
just
ticket.
bring her with you or something.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to show up so I can drag her there.
Yeah, we may have a couple people who are not able to make it, who have tickets. So I don't know how we do that, but we might be able to move some tickets over to you.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Awesome. Who can't come, Ron?
I noticed Debbie Kotz had a ticket. I don't think she's coming. So
Really? Oh, darn. She would have had a good time.
yeah, well, she's so busy with her personal organizing and all that stuff. So it's her busy season,
Always.
as usual.
Yeah. Okay. So, anything else?
It's been a good week. Been just generally a good week. I mean, I haven't been doing a lot of prospecting, but doing all the convention prep stuff, I can say I'm actually like done with convention prep for the team. That's like, to me, huge, because usually I'm like the week of convention, like panicking about what I'm forgetting to do, and I got to order the gifts, and I got to get the meals figured out. It's like it's done. that's a first for me. So that's a big plus.
Yeah, this year you're just going to work on making sure I show up.
That's right. That's my job.
So you're not done with convention prep yet?
I'm done. You're
No,
coming.
you have to make sure I come.
No, you're coming. You're coming. It's done.
Come on, Sunita. That's awesome.
Sunita, you got to be there. It's time. Okay. It's been 7 years. Okay. 7 years.
Yes, sir.
She's one of my first signups ever in doTERRA. Do you realize that?
Why is Lizzie silent? Why is she in the dark?
Because she's always in the dark.
Oh, be nice, Ronaldo.
I'm waiting for her to come into the light to see this. Okay. Come into the light. Yeah, come to the light.
So we want to wish Candace great luck. Great luck on text blitzing. She says that she's going to
On
go
what?
blitz after.
What did you call it?
She has a bunch of contacts.
Text blitzing.
Text a whole bunch of
Text blitzing. Oh, okay. Can I ask Candace a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
You did a booth. What kind of setting was it?
It was originally they had just a farmer's market, but they're calling it now. I'm in a semi-rural town.
Uh-huh.
And so now they're changing it and adding booths with people, and they're calling it an open air market.
Okay.
So and last weekend was the launch of it.
Uh-huh.
And
So
so
were you just sampling, or were you doing the wow, or what were you doing?
I had no idea what I was going to be doing. I went and set up. I had some samples that I was going to sell for a couple dollars. I had some earrings that my upline had, their diffuser earrings, and I was going to sell those. And then I had literature all over and some pop-up things that my upline had given me talking about doTERRA. And what else did I have? Oh, and I had boxes from my empties as samples to look at for the lifelong vitality and the bone and all of that. And then I just talked to people, and people came in asking questions. I didn't even think about it, but I didn't have a sign that had doTERRA written out on it. So people were coming in saying, what do you hear? What do you do? So Frank has them all made and prepared, ready for next weekend. And, but it just, people were coming in and asking, what are you doing? And I started talking. And that's,
Ask Hope if she has a banner.
oh, okay. Oh, good idea. She probably does.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Have a
Awesome.
banner. If not, you can get one when you come to convention. They'll probably have like table banners that you can purchase for cheaper because convention.
Because it's convention. Yeah, I've been looking online and thinking, no, wait till I'm at convention because there are probably deals. So awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more good news. Now, Mary Jane has airline tickets, right? For her and her husband to come to convention and a hotel room.
Woo!
So I think it's going to really happen this year.
Flying across the country. Holy cow, that's a big jump, girl.
For the husband who's not thrilled about flying.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
That's
Well, good.
awesome.
That's awesome. Those are big jumps.
Huge.
I'm really excited about our convention party that we have. If you haven't shared with your leaders, please let them know. We have a few more spots available. Let them know about our convention party. And Sunita, if you come, you can come to my party too.
It's always a circus.
It's always a circus.
I think the convention is going to be worth it just to see you and Ron in action at that party.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the oils are worth it. I think just seeing you two in action is.
No. Sunita, it's a participatory event you'll be at.
I participate at all events I'm at.
Did that sink in? Did that grok?
Of course it grokked.
Okay.
Okay, so my first question for you guys today is, what do you want to get out of convention? Not just like general, there's specific things in that, okay?
Connections.
So what do you want to know? What skills do you want to take away from it?
Hugs from new people.
What inspiration, what motivation, belief, all those things. Like, think about that. And I want you to write that question out because I want us to be really clear with our intentions that we set. These are super important to set intentions for convention. So just write like convention, intention. Ooh, that's cool. Intention. So what do I want to get or take away from convention? Get out of convention. Anybody want to share? You said hugs.
Yep, I want newly inspired people on my team. And it always happens, so it's always fun to watch. Those aha moments.
Yeah, but for you specifically, Ron.
I just want to be able to connect with new people. It's always my favorite thing. I mean, I typically don't go to convention for what convention teaches, but it's the dinner for me. I mean, that's always been my driving thing.
You're just there for the food.
Well, I'm always there for the food, but I mean, it's like the people and the food and just what I do at my dinner is I randomly I randomly put gifts down everywhere. They have names on them. So they have to sit wherever those gifts are placed. And so they don't just like get to huddle together with their little cliques. And it makes it so much more fun to like, they have to meet people. Oh my gosh. I enjoy that a lot.
So connections. How about from like what do you want to learn?
Oh, the new product. I'm hoping they have new pet products. That's going to be a nice market.
Like education wise, like really understand maybe some science behind some of the products. There is definitely sciencey parts of convention that you have to prepare yourself for if you're not a sciencey person.
Yay.
Like get your eye pillow and close your eyes and go to sleep. Put your headphones in.
Start practicing sesquiterpenes. Start saying things like that, you know.
That's me.
Because doTERRA is not just about the hype. They literally are there to help educate us and teach us. So we want to make sure that, we are, prepared that, we're going to be getting that type of information. Yeah. Chemicals. Yeah. Those are good.
Smarty pants.
Right? I have no idea what those things even are.
Have you ever heard of limonene?
Molecular structures.
Have you heard of limonene?
Yeah.
There it is.
Where'd you get that, Ron? Or did you make that yourself?
He got certified at Essential Oil University by, what's his name?
Dr. Pappas.
Dr. Hill and doTERRA published a chemistry thing you can download and print up yourself. All the chemistry about the oils.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab it real quick and just show the cover of it.
Thank you.
Okay, so what did you want to get? Did you guys have that written down?
I haven't written it down, but just one thought that I'll share that comes to me is after my first experience of reluctantly just going to convention with my wife years ago and sitting in the hotel room while she went there, and then went down and heard one presentation and realized, what was I thinking? And since that time, I've never missed. I even bypassed a all expense paid trip to Ireland during one of the conventions one year. And what I'm looking forward for is a renewed building and strengthening of hope and optimism. And also, when I left that first one and everyone thereafter, I always felt like I wanted to be a better person after leaving, and felt that was one of the big takeaways for me. And that's what I'm looking forward to, just as a part.
I love that. It's really good to just have more hope, you know, and more drive to keep moving forward. And then, like you do, you just feel the heart in doTERRA when you go to convention. You feel the hearts of the leaders, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, who are we working with? Like, these people are amazing. They have such deep, like, and big hearts, like just huge. And the things that doTERRA does around the world, it's so amazing. They get to show a lot of the service that they've done and the numbers and the money that they have spent all year at, you know, doing their healing hands, and love pictures. And it's just so neat to see what type of, like, it brings tears to your eyes. If you don't have tears in your eyes, you know, it like really, like, or at least let your heart swell, like you'll feel that at convention. And so we talk about the things that we want to get out of convention or receive, but now what do you want to give? What do you want to give at convention?
Rachel, that's hard for me to say as to what to give because I haven't been to one. But I know what I want to get is clarity on who to approach, clarity on what my why is, and my target audience. I mean, I've told Ron multiple times, and he's tired of hearing it, but I'm sitting on a bunch of patients that need help, and I just need to really focus and figure out just what to do with the patients. I don't need to go out and prospect new people. I need to just concentrate on our patient list and people immediately that I know. I have a big warm market. I realize that I don't need to go anywhere else. So I just have to like come up with a step-by-step plan of action, where to start, because we have so many oils, it's mind-boggling, and they all have different applications. Obviously, they're grouped together in a certain way. But one of the things I talked to Ron about is just concentrating on cardiology application.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be coming to convention. You're going to be so inspired by the doctors and what they do in their practices and how
that's the key.
Oils. Like,
yeah.
It's so cool to hear like how people are actually applying them in different studies that they're doing, and like how they're using them with their patients in their doctor settings. And so, like, I think that would be a really great thing for you to look forward to.
Would there be a way for me to meet with any of the physicians, or are they really overwhelmed?
They're walking around, you know,
okay.
like.
Are they having the medical professionals conference this year, the day before, or anything?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen anything on it.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, if you came a little bit early, you could go down to Sequoia. I don't know, Ron, if you have scheduled that, or you can look into that for Mary Jane and Sunita. You may consider having them go down to corporate so they can see the headquarters on the buses and stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, be cool because you get to see like the local people and stuff. But I mean, if you're here longer, I feel like I could get you an appointment set up, but during convention, it's kind of impossible unless you just run into them, like walking around. But I know
I'll just put out an intention that I want to meet doctors so that it'll happen.
Yeah, put it out there, and then we could maybe get a Zoom call set up with one of them. So, yeah, we can try to do that. Okay, so how about more of what you want to give? Want to hear some, just pop off some things that you want to give.
I mean, for me, one of the things I always give is I try to connect people with other people too. You know, like what Sonia's doing. That's the majority of what I tend to do at convention is like, oh, okay, you got to meet this person. Oh, you got to meet that person, and try to make the connections with people. Now, obviously, it's harder to connect with founders nowadays. I mean, it's not like when Rachel and I and Lizzie walked into Dr. Hill's office 7 years ago. So, hey, you got half an hour we can talk, and we talked for 45 minutes, right? I mean, you know, so it's a little different now, you know, but you can still connect people. And I think if maybe what we could do is look up the last year's convention doctor panel, see who's on it, and maybe do some Googling before we get there, and maybe set up find some cell phone numbers we can connect with, because they're all distributors, you know?
Right.
They're all distributors. So they're going to be more open than most people. So, but that's what I like to give. I like to give enough of an inspiration for people to cause them to have the aha moments that this could happen for them too. That's my favorite thing I love to do. So
Wait, say that again. What I'm getting a disconnect. Aha moment of what, and then what?
what I like to do is inspire people through whatever I can do, right? Try to cause people to connect with other people so that things that they're trying to do get clear.
Okay.
Right. And when that happens, it's like, oh my gosh, I can do that through doTERRA too. Or, I mean, there's so many passions that we have as part of our own lives that we don't realize that there can be a doTERRA connection with those passions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with Mary
Right.
Jane, she's into the animals. She's got 10 cats, right? There's going to be vets on a vet panel this year. I mean, she's going to be like going, OMG. Right? And so for you, I mean, Sonia, trying to help you figure out how to connect with some of the other doctors so you can establish those connections later. Because through doTERRA, you have, it's like a common connection for everything.
Right.
You know, we all need doTERRA, whether we know it or not, you know?
Exactly.
Awesome. So yeah, like I think like those cross-line connections, things like that is really great to like bring your people into, like, meet this person, she's a doctor, you're a doctor, how do you, you know, let's go to lunch tomorrow or whatever, set up those things right now. So
Exactly.
you know, have those times with some of your leaders that it may help them, you know, make sure that, you know, I can give my time to my leaders for lunches and dinners and, you know, obviously for, you know, creating a party. Like that's what I can give at convention. I can give them, bring gifts for my team members, for my leaders. I can, you know, make sure that my leaders feel loved and, you know, heard while I'm there. I think time is always a good one, even though time is stretched when you have a big team, but you do your best. So anything else, any other inspiration about what we can give?
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Anything?
You're gonna give me?
Think about what you're going to be able to do for your husband.
Well, yeah, I already got him covered. The thing that I want to get from convention, and whatever it takes that's not illegal, immoral, or fattening to get me to gold by the end of the year.
Or fattening.
Well, you know, 2 out of 3.
I like that one. I never heard that.
You know what? If it takes getting fat to get to gold, I'd go fat.
Yeah, okay.
Why would you go fat?
If I had to do that to go gold, I'd do it.
Oh, then January will be just slim and sassy month for me then. But
You don't have to go fat to get gold, I promise. No.
I actually, this weird thing about it is I've been so focused lately on doTERRA that, well, I don't cook very well, and I've been losing weight.
So you're just starving yourself.
Whatever it takes.
I think You might have the opposite reaction then. Mary Jane. You're good. Barry, tell me what you're going to say.
Well, as far as the give part, I just look forward to the time that we'll have with Candace and Hope and some of the other teams, Amy. And I too, like Ron, the connections. Candace is a nurse, and I know some nurses.
Was a long time ago.
But
yes.
She was.
Still
so
have that in my head.
She has that life experience, and she can, that to me is a tremendous asset and tool that she can utilize in talking with people. It brings, she's legit right up front, because of that. And I know she doesn't throw that out there, but just that's what I want to bring is I love the people coming for the first time. I think about what it meant to me, and I want and hope that, I can do anything to help them enjoy that. And then they just can bring others next time and grow. And by the time they leave there, they see why, a deeper why of doTERRA, because we're involved in a much bigger cause, like you'd mentioned, Rachel. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I can bring some thoughts when we have a, private dinner with them, thoughts of, I heard that at events, a lot of times is when we make decisions. And I know that at the last leadership in California, I was just there and I kind of secluded myself. I didn't hang a lot with Rachel and Ron and everybody and that I normally would, and just had a lot of things going in my head. And definitely we wound up making some huge decisions after that. So anyway, I just hope I can give myself to our team that's there. And I look forward to seeing these new friends that I've made, through this opportunity. Rachel, Ron, Liz. I know you guys, I don't know the rest of you there, but I hope to get to know you. But without doTERRA, and I just can't tell you how important those friendships are. And so I look forward to hope I can be a friend and something that's of value.
Yeah, so true. You always are, Barry.
Yeah. When you're talking about giving, one of the things I was thinking, I guess it is giving. I was trying to think of things I give at convention. One of the things I like to give is I like to gather people and haul them to various places at convention, like the product store and get them to the events and get them to the all the things that are going on. Just kind of be hyper aware as a leader of like what would be good for that person.
Yeah.
Right. And say, let's get them over there. Let's get them over here. And and that to me is obviously that's giving, but to me it's just like it's what I do. I connect people, right? That's what I do. But it's something that when somebody leaves convention, they're like, oh my God, I talked to Dr. Hill, or I talked to this, right? Whatever happens. Sometimes you'll see a leader walking down the thing, say, follow me, quick, come with me, and you'll drag them over there and say, I want you to meet this person. Here's why, And to me, that's a big part of convention. It's a big part of convention is connections, and that's why it's all about connections, but that's one of the giving things. And you'll do that too, as you get further in your convention, next year and so on, all the things like Friday night, we're going to do for part of 60 Days Silver, we're doing a convention tips call, kind of like this, but we're going to go like a checklist. I will have to put together like a checklist for what to do when you're at convention. So I'll probably put something like that together before I go. So we'll see.
That's good. All the things that you can see and do and everything. Yep. They already have kind of something like that, like just like the schedule and stuff like that. So that'll be easy to just write those things down, and that might help.
Well, I'm thinking of things like, checklists of like, okay, go to the store, either Thursday at lunch or Friday, pick like things to do and have them like a little checklist they can literally check off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm thinking about something like that.
That's good. So one of the other things is there's a lot of people in the halls, and there's a lot of people like all over the place. Like one thing that you can keep aware of is trying to have a positive attitude and not get put out by like long lines or people doing dumb things. Like try to be a positive force instead of be a part of the negative, like throwing a fit because the lines are so long, or you know, that not everything goes smoothly at conventions sometimes, and people get really frustrated, but it doesn't help anything if we get upset. It does not add positivity or because doTERRA is doing their very, very best at making things work. And sometimes you go to the product store and everything's sold out and you're just like, why don't you just make, you know, more things doTERRA or whatever. Like I've found myself like getting upset at different things or whatever, like they should have done this. Like if we have a problem, then let's like write it down and maybe we can email the product store, but don't complain because we like literally they're trying to do the best they can. I'm not saying you do, but you may have a moment where you want to. And so stay positive and smile. Like there's going to be a ton of people walking by you. Look up, look in their eyes, smile at them. They may have a moment that they feel stressed and your smile might make them feel happy.
And be grateful that you're there. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, and be grateful for, you know, if you ever find yourself going, God, that's a long line, or that's this, just think for a moment, like how much work it took to put this together and have it go as well as it did with 32,000 people there. Okay. Try to imagine yourself creating this event. Okay. I mean, it's when you look at things in perspective, it's like, I can't believe the line was only 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So it's unbelievable what they get done in that week, in those 4 days.
Yeah. So
how many people are usually there at convention?
30,000 something.
Like 30,000 last year, but there was like 10,000 online. So there's 40,000 like total. But 30,000 this year, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But last year we had to be in one building.
Right.
Like, it was really crazy. This year we're able to split up into 2 different tracks, 2 different buildings.
My husband asked me how many would be there, and I said, I have no idea what, maybe.
I think they targeted 32,000.
Oops, I was thinking small.
I just want to second what Rachel and Ron said. I think that's perfect. I'm glad you said that. That reminded me, but just to be positive, be happy, and find all the good, you know, if you see somebody struggling, you can change it up. A lot of people have traveled, you know, clear across the country from other parts of the world, and it is such a blessing to be there. So thanks you guys for bringing that up. I'm going to bring that attitude and that's what I'm going to bring. So appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a really, like having that gratitude, like Ron was saying, is great because like, wow, like look at what we're a part of. We're a part of the biggest convention in the Western United States. Like
Utah history. I mean, it's the largest in Utah history.
And, you know, I think even in California and Nevada and like.
Well, not Nevada. we have some big ones in Vegas.
But like in one area though, like it is a lot of people. Yeah. And so to run that is a lot of work. So it's pretty amazing to just see it actually come off and so beautifully. And the things that they teach us is just take your time and really suck in all the information. But what I want you to really think of just like 1 or 2 things you want to take away after you write down all your notes and everything. Just pick 2 things you want to focus on. Because sometimes after convention, you feel a little bit overwhelmed with all the information. Like I can't even open my book from all the notes I write because it's like super overwhelming. But if you can do it like on your way home, just like highlight 1 or 2 things that you want to take away from convention. And that will help you to feel a little bit less overwhelmed because there is going to be speaker after speaker after speaker after speaker after speaker. And then information and, you know, different things. So just know that, just let all the stuff go and know that what you know what you want. Like you guys have said, like, I want to get clear with who my target market is, what my why is. I'm going to move forward in my business, what that looks like. This isn't necessarily a business training. You're going to get more of like product and information and chemistry and exciting news and
New products. Yeah.
but they're not going to have a ton of like, you know, they're going to have some inspiration from some of the leaders and how they got to where they are.
They have a speaker too. They always have a speaker that has some informational / inspirational kind of stuff.
Yes, like for our business and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, like it just helps us to know and then have an intention, like how many people do you want to bring next year with you? So let's say it's yourself this year, like have a goal, like right now, writing it down. Like what's your goal? How many people do you want to bring with you next year? And make it a tradition to come here. Make a tradition to invite your team, just like Ron. It's amazing. Yep, it's doTERRA's 10th year. So,
it's going to be big.
Yeah. So every year, if you just kind of put that on your goal and like write it on your vision board of like, I want to have 5 people come with me next year.
Yeah. And an action, just
2 more people.
Your number one action item is, what is your call to action from convention? What do you want to get out of that?
Because if everybody just brought 1 more person every year, our numbers would double.
Yep.
Our numbers would double.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah.
So obviously it didn't double. So we need to be really clear about what that looks like. Okay, so who do you want to connect with this year? I know Sunita said she wants to connect with some doctors. Is there anybody else that's specific, like I really want to see like Natalie Goddard and Andy Goddard, or I want to meet our upline, blah, 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 or I want to meet this crossline person. Like ask, and maybe we can create something for you. Maybe we can help you find that. Or you just seek it, or maybe it's just like, I want to meet a blue diamond or a presidential diamond, or I want to meet somebody that's, got a baby and she's doing doTERRA, or what. It doesn't matter. It's just like what connections do you want to make?
I want to connect Mary Jane to Natalie somehow.
All right.
Somehow.
Okay. I talked to her a couple days ago and told her I was having a circus, and she's like, oh man, that sounds like so fun. She's like, I don't know if I can make it work, but that would be super fun to come. I was like, get her there. Well, I know that Jen Kelly is going to be there, and she's your second best choice, because Roxanne is too, but I don't know if Roxanne's going to be there either.
They said Jen
Kelly's the one who signed up, Natalie.
Yeah.
And so Jen and Colin are going to be at our convention party.
Good.
And so it'll be fun to have them there, especially for just some of the things that we're doing at that night. And just, they're just neat people. They've moved all over the world. They moved to Guatemala, and they do like service and doTERRA full time. And it's just inspiring to see like how they have blessed so many people's lives from the income that they've received from doTERRA. And it's just neat to hear their story, and I may have them speak for a minute and just share a little bit about their experience with doTERRA and what they have dreamt, because doTERRA's convention this year is all about dream. And so we're going to be talking about that at my convention party a little bit more. So
were you talking about Natalie and Bert Rigby? Or was that another Natalie?
Natalie Goddard is like the person who enrolled me, which is Barry's sister, actually. And she is our upline. They have like 1 million wellness advocates underneath them.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They have like 150 diamonds underneath them or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that might be a good one to meet.
Maybe Barry can connect you somehow.
And they're only 4 levels above Mary Jane and Sunita.
Oh my gosh.
The thing about it too is, just like I know Rachel, and now I know Rachel a lot, and Brian, and then Roxanne and James are Rachel's rollers, and then Andy and Nat. Roxanne's my sister too, and then Andy and Natalie. What I love is they're just regular people.
They're just regular people.
They didn't come from like network university. And
And they
when-
act like normal people too.
right, like we see Rachel, we have Rachel, and that's if you want to see, you know, how loving and caring and serving she is, that's what you see in Roxanne and Natalie. And they just started at zero. They just started at zero like all of us. And they're just regular people that practiced certain principles of helping others. And we can duplicate that, and we can make that kind of a difference. And that's what I just love. It gives me hope that I can do it too.
And you know,
Natalie,
Barry,
the Share Success.
That what?
Share Success.
Yeah, Natalie and Andy started that
Okay.
with Rachel and all of their builders. They compiled
Oh,
it.
awesome. Well,
And-
I kind of
and-
know her.
and Natalie is Barry's sister, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So find Barry, hook onto him. Maybe he can drive you.
Yeah, I might be
Yeah,
able to do something.
Roxanne's been out to San Diego before.
Yeah, Roxanne's been down to Amy's house. Amy is Candace's enroller, so just a little side note here, but she's been in that house with me and working with Hope and Amy. And so when we're back down there living and working, we'll probably maybe have a visit down from Rachel, possibly, or Roxanne, or who knows, maybe even Natalie. I don't know.
Yes.
Could happen. Who doesn't want to go to San Diego?
And on it.
Awesome.
I want to go get some sun in February.
Roger that.
Good. Before April.
Yeah.
That's when I think we're moving to Idaho.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
we'll do it down there, and then we'll do it in Idaho too.
You're welcome wherever I am.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that sounds just kind of depressing, actually.
Huh?
From San Diego to Idaho.
Oh, I want the seasons again.
Really? Is that why?
Yeah.
Idaho's good. I'm just.
That and California is exhausting.
It's so
It
busy.
is.
Yeah.
So busy.
The traffic is exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the place you
That's
want.
why I left.
Yeah. We want a little more rural, so that's
You're gonna find it there. You can come to
Yeah.
Utah. We have rural.
Reno's good too. Actually, Reno's good too.
Reno is a good.
Reno's really hot.
No. Gosh.
I've been in
It's
Reno.
like Salt
I've
Lake.
been shows in Reno.
Well, maybe you're thinking of Vegas. Reno's not that crazy. I mean, we have seasons. We have 4 seasons. It's great.
My mom met my dad in Reno.
There's good stuff here.
Yeah.
Casinos.
Well, she was a dancer and he was in the pit, so
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. I need to
that's
hear.
how my husband and I met. I was on stage and he was playing. Yeah.
Wow.
What were you doing on stage?
I was a dancer and a singer.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo!
This. Do you have
In
videos?
musical theater. Huh?
Do you have videos?
Not videos. I have some old.
They didn't do videos back then.
Yeah.
Stop
Well,
it.
cell phones were just starting to come out at that point. So yeah.
Great.
So we've got some pictures and stuff. I'll throw some pictures your way.
That's awesome.
Well, she'll be good at the circus.
That's why I can't wait.
Okay, so the next question I have for you guys is, how do you want to feel after convention?
Energized.
It doesn't matter how you want to feel. You're going to feel amazed. You're going to be like walking away. Just your head's going to be spinning. It's going to be spinning.
I know, but let them come up with how they want to feel. Don't tell them how they're going to feel.
Never mind.
Anybody? How do you want to feel?
I'm pretty sure I will, but energized and gung-ho and just stimulated to go tell it. I mean, I don't want to tell them all about convention, but I want to tell them all about the things I've learned. And,
Goodness
yeah.
that comes
Yeah.
from.
yeah.
Cool. How about you, Sanita, after you go to convention? How do you want to feel?
Enlightened, empowered, refreshed. I know I'm going to be tired as all heck because I'll be changing 3 time zones, but that goes with the territory.
Just 2 time zones.
That's enough to throw me off.
It will be hard.
But it's exciting. So you keep going. You're running on adrenaline until you hit the airplane and then fall asleep.
So maybe you'll still feel, and your goal of after, convention, that you'll still feel energized. How about that? That'd be a good goal. After convention's over, because sometimes after convention, I'm like, that's usually when I get sick, all this because I push, go, and then all of a sudden I'm like, blah.
Think on guard, baby.
Your body
On guard, baby.
rest.
I know. It's just kind of that way. So I want to feel healthy after convention.
There you go.
I want to feel healthy and still have energy and
inspired to go to the next level.
Oh man, okay, inspired to go to the next level. I like that.
Or more.
Huh?
Or more than the next level.
Or more.
There you go. There you go.
I like that. Anybody else?
Very changing.
Yeah, I would encompass those for sure. Those are all things that I'm sure I'll feel. That it just happens when you're there, to me. And by the time I leave, I am reaffirmed at how blessed I am to be working with doTERRA and the people that I get to work with. And it's that thing. When I leave, I want to be a better man, and when I tell other people about it, I say, when you leave, if you come, you'll want to be a better person. And it wasn't because of a new oil. It's because of what was it? I think Natalie Rigby, maybe that's why Candace brought that up, had a share of we're hope dealers.
Mm-hmm. And we do have hope oil. So. And
when you leave, and when I leave, I will have a factorial increase in hope. There we go.
And that goes all to OUR.
Charity.
That goes to OUR when we purchase that oil.
This one smells amazing.
Which is what is it called? Operation Underground Railroad.
Yep.
Which they help with sex trafficking.
Yep.
So we work with them. You'll see them up on stage talking about what they have done and how doTERRA's helped them.
They help prevent sex trafficking.
Yeah. I said stop sex trafficking.
Oh, I didn't hear stop.
They help.
You said it sounded like they help sex trafficking.
They promote sex trafficking.
They help stop it. Yes.
Oh, Rachel. What I thought I said was.
What I thought I said. Correction there. That's kind of a big deal.
Details.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention was if you look at last year's convention and you look at this year's convention, like there's this gap that's in there. Do you think that you were made some progress from last year to this year? And if you feel like there was some areas that didn't make some progress, like your rank or enrollments or things like that in your business, what do you think needs to change from this year's convention to the next year's convention? What do you see needs to maybe be adjusted to have those changes and have those goals and dreams actually happen?
I think for me, it was just realizing, what do I want, right? What do I want to create?
Mm-hmm.
And for 3-4 years, I was kind of in a stagnant state, right? I was focusing on 60 Days of Silver because I really wanted to launch that sucker, right? And so now that it's launched, now I'm kind of thinking back. I was talking to one of my coaches the other day and they said, why are you not going to the next level in doTERRA? I'm like, I don't know. So I started thinking about it. I was like, well, let's see, do I want to make 25 or 30,000 a month? Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Because I've never been driven by money.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I mean, the things you can do with the money is what matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can you help people? How can you change people's lives with that money?
Mhm.
So that's a cool thing. So yeah,
At that point, it like you almost can't make it about you. Like you
well, you
have
can't.
to figure out how to like share what you have, like because you have so much abundance that's like you feel like you want to give back,
Right.
you know. And even at zero money, like we still need to keep that mentality of like, how can I give, you know, just even the little that I have.
Yeah.
But when you do have the abundance, it's even like it just seems like a part of like the deal, you know.
It's true.
Like, let's figure out what we can do to give back this.
Yeah, because when you're focusing on yourself, sometimes it's not so good. You know, you're focusing on it's kind of. I always tell people, if you're struggling in your business and if you're thinking it feels icky to do sales or whatever, I say, well, that's because you're making it about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making it about somebody else, trying to help them get something they need in life, and you won't feel icky, I promise.
Yeah. So I think that's perfect. And there's, you know, take care of your needs first, obviously. And then like you can dream. Like it gives you the opportunity to dream about like, well, what would I want to do? Like, would I want to start a nonprofit? Would I want to, like, it gives you those options that you just don't normally have, like you've had in the past. So, anything else?
It is the year of dream.
It is the year of dream, right? Okay, so one thing I want to challenge you guys with is to share when you're at convention. You can't share immediately because if you're in track A, you can't share anything that you learned until after track B has shared. So if that makes sense, it's 2 hours after, so you have to wait 2 hours before you share anything. But like, get really clear with like what you want to inspire people on social media with, on your doTERRA Facebook pages or whatever. Like, make sure that people know you're there. Take pictures. I'm at the doTERRA convention. People are going to ask questions. Like, you're going to get contacts from just doing that. Or you're sending a text. Or you're like, oh man, you're going to love this. I know you are into athletics. I need you to be here next year. You're going to love it. Let's make sure that you get there. Let's get you a ticket when they put out the ticket sales for this year. Like, get people excited that they commit this year for next year. And I do encourage you. I know we spend a lot of money, but if you can get the convention special during convention, like they're going to offer that, even if you have to put on a credit card at this point, it's so much cheaper, and then it's done. You don't have to worry about last minute. And if you can't go the next year, then you figure out how to sell it. But it's just so much easier to just get it done and purchase it this year.
I would suggest one thing too, and that is, you know, think about, you know, you talked a little bit, Rachel, about, you know, what your intentions are, but I would say maybe start a little, not a blog post, but some sort of something to let your people know that you're going to convention, and ask them what they would like you to find out for them, and find out. And then also like let them know you're going to be posting things that you learned.
Yeah,
right?
So they're kind of
so kind of, yeah, exactly. Have kind of an area where you can post information during the show, and then you'll know there's people waiting to watch for it. Right. So that'll inspire you to kind of do a little more too that way. So.
Hey, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm trying to do is invite people to watch online that aren't coming. And this is just, see what you guys think of this, if you would. I share the screen. So this is what I'm going to try to get out there. I haven't seen this before, but look what they're going to be doing. Why watch here? So maybe all of us, as where we know people that aren't coming, maybe we can use this to help. But this is exciting for me. You know, we're going to see a new essential oil line and delivery system.
Yeah.
And new university research. Why others don't measure up to doTERRA. And then all the healthcare stuff. Look at all the healthcare initiative stuff on here. And then they go into some of the. So I'm going to really work to try to help people that aren't coming to be able to use this information here to get them to encourage them to get their online ticket. Anyway, if you go to just go to Convention 2018 on the website, and then once you're there, click on that, and then go to Education. That's where that page is. But some cool stuff.
I also posted the link to the registration page. They just click on that.
Thanks, Barry, for sharing that. One of the things that sparked that when I saw the healthcare initiative that they're doing, I was over at Oil Life 2 days ago, and I went up to go to the Share Success offices because I'm working with them right now, and so I went up to the 3rd floor because they used to be up to the 3rd floor, but they're on the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor said doTERRA's healthcare clinic. So they're renting a space already. They're already doing their work in their space. And they're renting Oil Life right now until their building is finished. So they've got doctors in there, they've got clients, and they are doing the healthcare stuff now. It's really cool. I walked in and I was like, "Where's Andy?" And they're like, "Who's Andy?" And I was like, "Oh, Andy Goddard, don't you know? Isn't this his office?" And they're like, "No." And so I texted Andy. He's like, "I'm downstairs." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I got to run into that. I thought that was really cool.
You know, Mary Jane is going to spend a couple days there in Utah. And so I'm wondering if there's a way we can somehow coordinate that she could do like a factory tour.
Oh, easy. All you have to do is call doTERRA and say, "I'd like to schedule a tour," and they'll set it up for you. That's it. So they'll walk around and take you on the whole tour. It's really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah,
Do
maybe
it.
that'd be good.
Yeah, do it for sure.
So, yeah, that's in Salt Lake City too, right?
South. It's about, what,
about
half hour?
35 minutes.
Can I take the tracks?
Yes.
No. You'd probably rent a car. You're going to want to rent a car probably.
Yeah, I would probably rent a car. It'd just be easier because then you have to kind of, it's not direct.
Yeah, you can take the train down there, but then you'd have to Uber from the train over to the convention center.
You're going to want a car because then you're going to want to drive over to Aroma Tools, which is across the street. No Logic. I mean, so it's like, you know what I'm saying.
Anyway,
Thanks.
yeah, well, yeah, you'll learn a lot when you come to convention. You're gonna
You'll be like,
very stimulated.
You'll be buzzing.
It's like a little city that happens for a few days.
For a week. And everything's doTERRA. I mean, you walk into that town, it's like doTERRA banners everywhere. I mean, it's bizarre.
It's on the big picture on the Salt Palace. It's so cool. Like, "Welcome doTERRA." Salt Lake's got signs everywhere. Okay, so I want you to think, okay, so I'm coming to convention. What kind of return do I want? Like, I'm spending this money, this time, this, so one of the things would be that you get other people to come next year. Or, what other things that could you get a return on that, like, it's a return on investment? Obviously, we do have to invest in our businesses. We do need the education. These are the most important things in our businesses. If we can understand that this is like a non-negotiable thing, like convention's non-negotiable. You just come, you make it work. But how are you going to like I said, from last year to this year, I was saying, like, how can you make it different? So how can you make it worth your time to come out here? Like, what are you going to commit for yourself to do different this year, or that maybe you've never come before? Like, what are you going to commit yourself to do to make sure that you are like really making this business work for you?
I'm going to go away with a greater sense of confidence, because when I am confident, when anybody is confident, they attract people. That just attracts them so much. And I want that confidence just to ooze out of me, totally. So that's what I want to get away, and I want that to last for the rest of the year.
Awesome. So then people will be attracted to you, because of your confidence, and then you'll be able to attract more people to your business.
Exactly, because I'm confident this is
Because
not.
you know more, and you know more resources, you know more people, you know who to hook people up with, because you're like, I know people. I can hook you up with them. You know, and that's what's so great about doTERRA. But anyway, I know we're going way over right now, so I want to just encourage you guys to have a great time. Make sure that you bring plenty of snacks and water with you, because there is going to be, you know, long times, and you may get a little sleepy. So make sure you have your oils, your peppermint. Make sure you have like a little like handy pack that you can put in your purse. But I know that you might be able to find somebody next to you that has oils if you forget yours. Just saying, there may be a chance.
Yeah, the place smells pretty good.
Make sure make sure that you wear comfortable clothing. It is cool in the building, so make sure you always have like some sort of shawl or something that you can put on because it's going to be warm during the day. It's going to get a little bit cooler at night, but right now, I mean, it was 95 yesterday. I went out in this t-shirt up in the mountains hiking this morning without a jacket. Like, it's not that cold right now.
I think it's supposed to be in the 80s next week.
Yeah, it's not going to be super cold. So just make sure, and then for my party, make sure you have really comfortable clothing that you can move your body in, because we're going to do a little movement. So that will be Saturday night. We did send out an email, or we are going to send out an email specifically. The tracks has there's one time that you can get there at 6:23. But if you leave, there's people that are going to get out at 6 for the track B. You're going to have to Uber or carpool. The tracks is just not going to get you there by 7. And the show is going to start at 7:30. And so if you miss food, you miss food. I don't know how long they'll have it out for. But make sure that you are going to try to be there by 7 o'clock, because dinner's only 30 minutes long. So just letting you know, there's just some tips for convention and then for my party. Anybody else have any tips that they have learned from going to convention really quick, and then we'll head off the call? You're on mute.
One thing I was going to suggest is, Charlotte, can you mute yourself? I'm getting a little bit of an echo. Anyway.
I'll mute you, Charlotte.
Okay. So one of the things I would recommend is always have little snack bags with you, because you're going to get hungry. Okay. And you're not going to, and then you'll see lines outside sometimes for food. Always have little snacks with you, and you can just keep them with you. They don't have any problem with your eating during convention. Okay. So
get clear with where you want to go, whether you have something brought into you. It's really important to make sure you do eat. There's not going to be a lot of on-site things, but there's tons of restaurants around you.
Yep.
But if you can plan, make a lunch. If you have a hotel that has a little, cooler or fridge.
Yep. And you can stop at Whole Foods and what's that store?
That Wednesday night when you get there or something, go get some food that you can have to make little sandwiches or something like that.
What's that healthy food restaurant or store that's Harmon? That's it, right? Yeah. That's Whole Foods and stuff like that. So
yeah, Harmon's is it's a very simple, easy walk. But yeah, so you're going to expect a lot of lines around for lunch, just so you know.
Yep. Unless you want to walk 2 blocks away, then it's fine usually.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Will and Candace will be getting together with our group to do at least one, if not a couple of times where we'll eat. So we'll let you know on that. But one of the things that I love is when I take my notes, and I know a lot of people like to write them, but I like to be able to search them and cut and paste and share. So I like to use an iPad or something with a keyboard so that I can type quickly and then take a picture of the screen if I need to. So that's just something that's worked good for me.
So those are awesome tips. One thing I also wanted to let you know that you're going to get a backpack. You're going to get a notepad. So do not bring a notepad unless you're just like, no, I love my notepad and I'm not going to use the doTERRA one. Don't bring in that extra bag. You want the less stuff as possible because you're going to collect things as you buy. You're going to see stuff that you're going to buy. Make sure you have a little bit extra spending money because it's just going to happen.
Do not stuff your bag on the way to convention. Make sure there's a hole in there for stuff you're bringing back.
Yeah, it's got a hole. Like bring the less things, but make sure the most important things is your oils, food, and water. And
don't forget, Salt Lake's a big city. If you forget something, you can buy it.
Yeah. So, and then if they're encouraging us and just telling us like, hey, don't worry about taking pictures this year of the screen. Because every time we're like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. They're going to have everything on our doTERRA app. If you haven't downloaded the doTERRA events app, they're going to actually have all the pictures there, and they're going to be professional quality, everything. So you don't have to
get out of here.
Yeah,
that's true.
It is.
Wait a minute. Let me wake up.
No, for sure.
This can't be true.
They said it.
Yeah, they said it in the Diamond Call.
Yep. Yeah, we just
well, hella freaking lose.
So when you said that, Barry triggered that thought.
And it's free. It's a free app.
Yeah,
so just download it.
Events, and then it's going to have it on there. So go into the convention app or the convention part, and it'll have all the details there. So no pictures this year. No worrying about it. Unless you're like, well, I wanted to take a picture with my notes. Like if you're doing it all digitally, sometimes I just go in my notes section in my phone, if you have an iPhone, and then I'll write my notes and then I'll take the pictures so then it correlates with it. So it's like a little, and then there's an app that has it's like PowerPoint app, and it's like Insta PowerPoint that you just made right there. So
has anybody else ever gone to convention come back with 500 pictures you've never looked at again?
That's why I like doing it this way, where it's like the notes and then the picture. So then if you don't get a good picture, you can replace it with the better picture on the app. But then go and delete them all off your phone. Anyway, I think those are great tips. Anybody else have anything else before we're going to go?
Yeah, one quick one, and that is look back, or when you get to convention, don't forget there's an opportunity to usually get something for free, like free aroma touches, hand things sometimes. Sometimes you get the free catalog. You go to the catalog area and you get like the free new products release thing because they don't want to put that out before convention. So just remember, put it on your checklist. I'm making this checklist of things to tell people, but make sure to not forget to go to the product area, get in line and get your free product updates because it'll have all the information pages for the new products. And it's free, right? Couple things, let's see.
The product store is so fun, you guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So fun.
Oh, another thing. If you're struggling, you got to go from here to there to here to there and you're tired walking, carrying all your stuff, don't forget they've got these electric bicycle guys that ride these bicycles you can hop on. It costs you, $2-3 or something like that, whatever it is. I mean, it's cheap. And they'll haul you from place to place. You'll see them on the street. So just, if you've got, I know a couple of my people have leg stuff going on, knees or ankles or whatever. Just take advantage of it. Don't be a total cheapskate, because you'll save yourself. Okay.
It could really be helpful. I've got COPD, so
yeah.
I have to breathe in my right hand as I'm walking.
Yeah, well, those little taxi things, I've even used them. They're great. And another thing is, what I always do every year is I put the schedule in my phone calendar of where I have to be. Like if an event is at 6 o'clock at night or something like that, I put it in my calendar the week before I go so that I just look at my calendar and it's telling me, oh, I need to be here now or I need to be there now. So kind of think ahead a little bit, right? Like if Rachel's dinner thing or my team dinner, make sure you put the address in there, so you don't have to freak out. Oh my gosh, I left it at the hotel. Oh no, where do you get panic calls that helps prevent that. So just a little bit of prep work when it's not as crazy a week ahead because you got a week now.
To be more smooth and just be able to enjoy and just enjoy it. That's the end of the day. Just enjoy, have fun.
Yep.
Bring home lots of new friendships and a lot of great information and, you know, feeling the love. You know, I hope you guys do end up feeling the love and excitement that doTERRA does offer us, and the renewal of energy and inspiration to be able to move forward in our businesses. And so we can bless other people's lives, because that is one of the biggest reasons why we do this business in the first place, because it changes lives. And so I hope you guys remember that, and you guys have an amazing experience. And I look forward to meeting all of you that I haven't seen in person. And I look forward to having a great experience. And I hope you come to my party so we can have time to really talk, because convention's kind of crazy to just sit and like connect. So it's nice to have our doTERRA parties so we can like get to know one another a little bit more. So anyway.
Excellent.
Have fun.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, you're welcome. Enjoy.
Have
Bye,
fun.
everybody.
Looking forward to seeing everybody here there.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't
Candace,
wait
I'm
to
gonna,
meet
I'm
all
gonna
of
get
you.
with you, Candace, and follow up on some stuff.
Okay.
Bye.
See you guys. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.